Hi, everybody. I'm sorry, it's been a while. Um, been very busy with life. A lot of health issues with my youngest, doctor's appointments, as well as health issues with me. My back's been acting up. Oh, and he just woke up. This is Peter, and he likes to be carried like a baby. Do you hear him purring? Oh, he heard me talking. He thought I was talking to him. Um, I've had computer problems. My computer finally died, or well, slowly died. Could barely get onto it. So got a new laptop, and then after setting it all up, realized that the screen part to the laptop was loose. So now I have to send it back, and then I have to wait for the new one to come back in. So there is that. Um, oh, Peter's just being playful. He's just purring away. Um, so had to get have that, and then unfortunately, my father-in-law unexpectedly passed at the beginning of the month. He had a fall, and that was it. So it was completely unexpected. So we've been dealing with all of that the last couple of weeks. So now that his celebration of life has been done this weekend, we can kind of try and pick up the pieces and well, no, don't knock over my coffee, cat. he's headbutts everything, or and don't go after my smoothie. Hey, food forest. Yes, I've had, as I said, I should change my last name to Murphy. No, no, you don't go after Smoothie. This is Peter, his little shit disturber. Yes. Here, I'll bring the camera down a bit and you can see him. He loves being petted. He's just a big baby. But he's not a baby, he's like 5 years old. So, that's we did not want to get. Yes, Peter the cat. We nickname him like Peter Parker, like Spider-Man, because he's always climbing. Oh, look at this. He just rolls over. And he loves being carried like a baby. See, just purring and going on his back. Yeah. Hey, what are you trying to... Don't bite me. Yes, I know. I'm sorry it's been so long. There's been, well, up till June, there was a lot of technical issues. Computer died. Had to get a new computer. Then the screen was loose, so now we have to send it back. And then, beginning of this month, my father-in-law unexpectedly passed, which was complete shocker to us all. So, and we've been all just kind of dealing with that. So now that he's had celebration of life thing this past weekend, and way lots of people showed up that we weren't expecting, or my mother-in-law wasn't expecting, and that if we can kind of like try and pick up the pieces and move on and stuff like that. So, and we've had really crappy weather here. Just put this way, I put my beginning of my plants in my garden box, community garden box last week. I haven't done my ones at home, just because I did the ones at the garden because I knew that it needed to be done, and it's seen everywhere. Mine here are still in the flats that I bought Mother's Day weekend, so they're still doing fine. They need to go in the ground though. That's what this week will be, is to do that. But Rowan had prom on the 6th, so shortly after her grandfather passed. We have she graduates next week, It's like, oh my goodness, she's already paid for first year tuition, um, and that she's going to college for the developmental service worker. She wants to be an EA in the school and work with kids with physical disabilities and that. I know, I know. I'm going to make an effort to be back and be live at least twice a week. Guaranteed Wednesday mornings, and possibly Friday mornings. Friday mornings would have to be, I have to be done by just before 10 because I have an appointment usually at 10. So, but at least Wednesday mornings because now it's summertime. There's not coffee break, which is the women's Bible study that I usually do during the week, during the school year. So at least twice a week. Maybe I might just do Friday afternoons. Who knows? Just give it a switch up. But definitely Wednesday mornings because Monday or Tuesdays, I'm usually volunteering at the food cupboard, and um, so usually one of the two I don't always know. I know for the rest of the month usually, but I don't know for July yet until next week. So, but yeah, Murphy's Law, I swear, anything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Not as bad as it could have been. I mean, I the when we had the ice jam and the water in the ceiling, I still have to get the ceiling repaired. Like it's dried up now, but there's still like paint and stuff off of the ceiling. Uh, let's see, we had flooding in the basement, and that was fixed. And we had flooding in the garage, that was fixed because of the ice. It was the same ice jam with the kitchen, but there was some roof. I have to look at my garage door ceiling by the garage door part because there's the drywall that's sagging there, so I'm sure water got in there too. I have to look at my eaves troughs too. That's the next thing. There's just so many things. No, we had so what was happening was we had a really awful winter spring. Okay, so we had freezing cold temperatures, and then it got warm and it melted. So what was happening was being an ice jam. So it would melt, and it was going in between where the roof, and here's the house to the second floor, right? So this is the roof over the kitchen, and so it was melting, and water was going in between where the roof is and here, somehow getting underneath the the siding and like underneath in between the side, and it was freezing, and then it was melting, and so when we had the warm weather and the rain just kept on going there, and that's why we had that bubble. Got the guy to come in, he fixed it and solved it right away, so there's no more problem. uh, Now it's just the repairs after the fact because we had to wait till it dried, which and then just life got busy. So I'll call him back, and he'll come and fix that. But it's one of those things of when am I going to fit in? So Abby's health hasn't really improved much. I mean, it's improved since she was out of the hospital, but she's still only been making it to school 2 or 3 days a week, and we've dropped it down to even one class, and we're unsure if she's even going to get that one credit. So, but the good thing is that she's done enough of the class that if she doesn't quite get the credit, she'll get an incomplete, so not a fail. That in the fall, in her own time, she could make up the work that, like, the teacher will go through the course load and find out what the bare minimum is of what needs to be submitted and make up and then try and improve her mark on her own time so she doesn't have to take the course all over again. But the school year of 2018 2019 has really sucked. 2019 has sucked, really, just because of her health and then her cat dying and then grandfather dying, and just life has just. I'm ready for 2020. Is it December 31st, 2019 yet? Can we have a new year start again? Because I just need a new redo. So I have to go and awesome. Well, thank you for coming by. I so missed you guys. Every once in a while, I kept on wanting to try and do a live stream, but then I'm like, can I talk? You know, was I going to break down into tears? Was I going to break down into frustration and stuff? And I'm like, I did not feel I was in the right headspace for that. So that's that. I redid my hair actually Monday. It's a little bit on the bright side. I still need to wash a little bit, but it has red and some highlights because I was showing too much glitter, gray, in my hair. So Peter has been doing well in the house. He's been nicknamed Little Asshole because he sometimes tries to be a little pain in the butt. Princess still doesn't necessarily like him. She's fine when because the problem is he wants to play and he wants to hang out with her. He wants to just like come over and cuddle with her, you know, and she doesn't want to do it. But the problem is he comes and runs. He sees her, you know, she'll meow and she hears her like, and runs up to her and then stops like right before she is and she's like, because she's scared of him. Like, I mean, he's a big boy. But, hey, 50 chickens. How's it going? So, but if he's sleeping, or if he's in the cat tree, or if he comes and lies down close to her, there might be some growling going on. But then as long as he doesn't kind of approach her, she's okay. Because I think she's just kind of scared that he's going to go play with her. And he has claws, she doesn't. But he doesn't seem to use his claws. So that's the good thing. But he is just one big sucky baby. It's hilarious. At night he meows, but he doesn't know how to meow really. He goes meh meh. He sounds like a baby goat. He purrs really deep, like a big huge purr purr purr. But his meow is between a baby goat slash mouse, and he thinks he's a dog. I mean, he's cat toys that he plays and plays fetches with. He if he sees a pen or a pencil, he grabs it in his mouth like a stick and walks around with it. Um, he attacks if like the past couple weeks we've been having the patio door open and stuff, and sometimes the screen doesn't get completely closed or that, and with the door coming in and out, flies have come in. He has been attacking them and like he's just like one big play bucket. And then he loves being carried like you'd carry a baby. And then he lies there. He loves being on his back and tilts his head and tries to fall off. Oh, he's hilarious. Like I've never had a cat like this. Like he's been like not like almost like a rag doll, like falling over. Like he just wants and he sleeps like on his cat tree, curls up, but he on purposely leaves like he can fit on the cat tree, but he purposely puts half of his body like over the edge, so he's half falling out. And wherever he likes to lie, like we have a folded up cot in the basement for in case my kids' friends come over or whatever, we could just unfold it and it's a twin size bed, but it's folded like this, so it's open a bit like a gap here. He likes to hang on one side and then just hang over the edge. One time he kind of fell in between the V and we had to get him out. Like he got himself out, but it was hilarious. I'm like, and the cat goes and climbs into the basement, into the drop ceiling, which we can't get him out once we have to call him because we can't physically, because he's in the ceiling. Like, where the heck did he go? Oh yeah. So he's like a 2 year old. You have to keep your eyes on him. Oh, and he likes chewing on cardboard corners or toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls. He's like, and then he loves playing with shoes, just not necessarily. He doesn't attack them. He just plays with them and then lies on them. So, but he's definitely made um, things more happier, or like in sadder times and stuff like that, he's definitely made somehow to laugh. Right now, what is he going after? Oh, his is he going after a cat toy, or did he find a pipe cleaner? I swear that cat cat since I was a kid. Most of them make me itches. Well, true. Well, we're allergic to. I have allergies too, not as bad as my husband, but he has allergy pills. So as long as they don't rub his face, and he loves playing with Peter, like Peter like is a cat that likes to play. But he goes and takes his cat toy. He loves these. We got these feathery, like this feather cat toy thing with a bell, and then we have these mice that are furry, but they squeak. He loves that. Um, and he goes and plays with, and he plays catch with them himself. So he, when my husband and I, when we were first dating, my roommate had a cat, and then when my mom passed, I inherited her cats, and he knew like the cats coming. So when he first moved in with me, it was like the cats are it's me and the cats. It's not one or the other. So he just took allergy pills, and as long as it's not rubbing his face, and if he plays with the cat, he goes washes his hands. He's usually pretty good. But he's also allergic to dogs too. So he used to be more allergic to cats before he lived with them, and less allergic to dogs because he lived with them. Now that we don't have a dog, and that his parents do, um, they we have to take he has to take allergy pills when he goes over there anyways because he likes playing with the dogs too, but he's more allergic to the dogs and not as much to the cats. Like he's still allergic, but he loves them too. Mm-hmm. Well, yes. Well, see, I have issues usually with pets and real people names because I honestly think that they should have like a pet name. Like Princess is not. You're not going to name your kid Princess. He came with Peter. Um, it doesn't really justify. Like usually, I find pets names kind of justify their actions and stuff like that. But since he came with a name, and he was 5 or 6 years old, depending on the, we had the paperwork, so he was either um, uh, June 11th or October the 6th, because depending on which paperwork it was either the way it was written, one was the numbers, and then one put October, and I'm like, these numbers say June, but whatever. Somewhere between 5 and 6 years old. So we figured he had that name all his life, so we're not going to change it. So we kind of name him as Peter Parker, or Jeff kind of jokes and calls him Pietrov, like the Russian, you know, um, because he's like Spider Man, Peter Parker. But or we go Peter Pumpkin Eater. We haven't tried him on pumpkin, but just those type of things. I just made a smoothie with some leftover fruit and yogurt and some protein powder and some ice. Had some leftover fruit from a fruit tray on the weekend, so it was quite ripe. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna make a smoothie. So I'm like, I'm hungry, but I'm not really hungry. But we definitely put a belt on his collar because he just like he run like he has nap like he I've never seen a cat purposely nap so much as him during the day. But then in the night he's like lonely, so he goes and meows at night, like howls, meows, looking for people, even though he knows where the people are. But he wants to play. It's like, no, we're not playing. And Princess wants nothing to do with that. But he literally has like nap time. Like has nap time. Like he just woke up out of his cat tree. His nap time first thing in the morning. Then he goes and runs around. He'll sleep till about 11:30, 12. Like he'll go again in about an hour or so for about another hour, and then he'll wake up when Rowan comes home for lunch, and then play and get petted and cuddles, and then go back to sleep. Like I swear, this cat is like every 2 hours. So, um, so upcoming stuff here, other than health wise and family stuff. Um, Actually, I've been doing my groceries. I've been doing only about once every 3 weeks, just cause trying to use up stuff in the house, but also my ride wasn't always available every 2 weeks. Um, and when she was available, I was busy with different appointments, so we've just been stretching it, which is fine. Because we have still lots of food. Like, I'm going to do groceries tomorrow, and my fridge. Well, I need to clean up my fridge because there's some stuff that's in my fridge that have gone, bad that I have to put into the green bin, and it's garbage day and stuff. Actually, it's garbage day today, but it's not garbage day. Today is paper. Hi, Sherry. My daughter is about the same. She's still not like so. We've got so with her, the hemoglobin is up. She's getting IV iron every 6 weeks. So that's what one of our appointments that we have every 6 weeks. Um, but the ferritin is still low. So she's had 4 treatments of it, and it's still under 10. I think it was at 4. It's they because she's still exhausted and still and she's having nausea and stuff either before eating or after eating or whatever. It doesn't matter. And so the hematologist guys are like, well, that's a gastro thing. So we're on a wait list to see gastro. We have an appointment. Well, we have an appointment in September because supposedly they made an appointment back in April, but they didn't tell us. So we missed the appointment, even though we were at the children's hospital every 2 weeks, and this is where the appointment was, for different other appointments. But they never told us that they're of upcoming appointments for like other clinics. And then they call us saying that we missed an appointment. I'm like, we didn't even know we had an appointment. So they had to put us back into the queue, I guess. And so our appointment's in September, but we're on a wait list for any cancellations. So, um, have you ever run out of? Yes, if I ever run out of food, you'd have to be worried. See the my problem is I have food insecurity, right? Because my mom and even my dad, but when I live with my mom, we ran out of food. Like when all you have in the fridge is condiments like ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, relish, maybe pickles if you're lucky, you know, and maybe bread. When you've had a ketchup sandwich, you know things are tough, right? So living through that and having to experience that and having to access like the food cupboards when I was a kid and really appreciate, even though we didn't get a lot, but it was enough to kind of tie us over for things until my mom's paycheck came in or whatever, or sometimes they gave like a gift card and you were able to get like milk, cereal, bread, like not a lot of things. Hey Peter, come on. This is Peter here. Oh, he's just and it has allowed me to now go, I don't want my kids ever to experience nothing in the fridge or nothing in the cupboard to the point that it's gone excess the other way. So I also don't like throwing out food, but like as I was saying that, oh, you want to go? Okay. As I was saying that sometimes stuff in the fruit, when I do groceries, I do it every 2 to 3 weeks. So sometimes the food does go bad. Oh yeah, he's 12 pounds. But he's just all muscle. He's not fat. He's just like one. He's now he's attacking the fly. Okay, that one I think is outside kitty. Here, I show you. He's a strange cat. You're gonna go. There. Are you gonna attack the fly now, or are you just like, there's a camera on me? You're like, I'm going to go say hello. What you doing? And he wags his tail like a dog, not like a normal cat. Okay, he's not gonna go. He's not gonna attack the foot. Oh no, he's gonna headbutt me now. Ah! He headbutts. He's like, just whack. I just got knocked over by the cat. Oh, you're gonna go play the cat. Let's see if he goes after a fly now. No. But he has a thick tail. And it's not very long either, but it's like very muscular. He's like a dog. There he is. Hello. Hey, Peter. Yeah. Okay, I want to see your butt. Big boy cats look like. I don't think so. He's not long haired. He's a gray tabby. We don't know. Like, I mean, we got him just a couple of months ago. He's 5 or 6 years old. Oh, there he's got it after something now. He's got that fly. You got a fly? Do you got a fly? He's like a. I think he's got a fly now. Okay, I think he's eating the fly. Did you eat the fly? Did you catch the fly? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh yeah, he got it. And now he put it in his pot and he's feeding himself. The fly. That's a good boy. He's a strange kitty. Yes. Yep. In August sometime. So I will. I'm. As I was saying earlier, we've had a lot of health issues, a family death, computer problems. Anything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Uh, Anything that could go wrong has gone wrong. So we've had a bit of um, a readjustment of just things. I haven't been feeling up to. I'm just going to set up my thing again to stand so I can talk better, not have to hold it. Um, I haven't been really feeling up to doing videos and live. Well, I've been creating videos, but not been able to glue them together because we had computer problems, and my laptop finally like slowed down to like nothing. Like it was taking forever to just load up something, and it was just like. So we got a new laptop. Then after we got all set up, and I had just started to try and use it, noticed that the monitor part was loose, and so we have to send it back. So got getting a new one. So there's been that. So I'm planning on hopefully producing some videos. There's going to be one that I did this one a while ago. I forgot to put it up. Um, at our local Value Village, the Canada geese were had made a nest in the garden boxes, and um, so you'll see Canada geese laying on nests there. I was like, so Canadian. Oh yes, we're cornering it off so that people don't go bug the geese in a mall. Like it was, but yeah. So I'll have some older videos that I'll be editing and uploading, and I'll have them during the time when we're gone. So there won't be um, as much of a gap as it has the last 2 months. The last 2 months have been just overwhelming, like health wise, family wise, stuff wise, and then throw in graduation, throw in a death, throw in you know everything. It's just been I'm ready for the summer. I'm ready for only having to get one person out of the house when my husband just has to leave for work. Then I can try and get the other two people in my house, my kids, to come and help me and do their fair share with getting just life back on track, getting the house back on track, because it's literally gone to hell in a handbasket, you know? It's not. We've been just doing the bare minimum: dishes, laundry, um, tidying up, and stuff like that. Nothing, no, like maintaining what was, but not cleaning or making it better, you know? To the point I haven't even done, like, I have not set up things to go and fix the repair. Like, we fixed the problem, but we haven't patched the work in the kitchen or in the garage, or to fix the second problem that's in the garage. I have not taken the chance. I have to go through the garage. I was planning on doing that this month and going through there and getting rid of a bunch of stuff that I had put in there. I was using the garage as a, I don't really need this right now, so I'm going to put it in the garage, and if I still don't need it, then I will get rid of it. Well, I hadn't gone to that get rid of it stage. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that, cleaning the kitchen and organizing the counters and everything. I know, and it's like I haven't even planted my plants that I bought for Mother's Day because it was too cold. First in my garden here, I planted them in my garden at the community garden, but not the ones for the house. So I still have some tomatoes and hot peppers and green onions and herbs. My strawberry plant actually survived from last year. So I bought last year a strawberry plant hanging basket. And then at the end of the year, I just literally took it out of the basket and just dumped it in my little garden box and prayed, crossed fingers, hope for the best. I have some asparagus things coming out, and my strawberry plant like grew, so I split it into two. So hopefully there'll be enough strawberries to kind of munch on. Last year I think we got about 12. It was pretty, but welcome back. Yes. So, but I'm hoping to have more cooking videos on. Like, there's some that have been recorded. I haven't edited and put together, and grocery hauls. So tomorrow's grocery haul, I'll be recording and everything. So get back into the routine of things. And, also feel free to comment what other things, like I'm hopefully hanging together with Angie, not next week, maybe the week after, like after Canada Day, because next week is just going to be busy, busy, busy. So next weekend, like the, the weekend before Canada Day, because Canada Day is on the 1st of July. So the weekend before, I have a wedding to go to. But before the wedding, so I have to get there on Friday. The Thursday is Rowan's grad. The Wednesday, he's attacking the window. Like, okay, you gotta see this. Look at this. Oh, now. Ah, sorry about that. You became a grandmother. You became a grandmother. Cool. I'm just gonna stay on this side. 2 times within 6 weeks. Each other one. Sorry, my camera. Like, I was charging my phone at the same time and it went back. Congratulations. So both of your kids had kids. Um, within 6 weeks of each other. That is really cool. I there. That is really cool. I I'm at a stage that I'm I'm waiting to kind of be a grandmother. Not anytime soon. God forbid, no. Because my oldest just turned 18. Like within the next, 10 years from now, I could easily, you know, I'm like I have the I want I like babies and stuff. But I don't want them myself. I want other people's babies and take care of them and then give them back. But awesome. Well, that's kind of cool because then those kids will grow up together, you know? Like both my kids are 19 months apart. My nephew is 3 years old. So there's a big gap there's 13 years between my youngest and her oldest. So it's more of like instant babysitters. But no, there's a good bond between my oldest and my nephew. So I said, you're only 38. Okay, you're younger than me. Oh my goodness. Then both your girls are. You must have had your girls young then, and they had kids young-ish. But better to be a young grandma, then you can have a lot more energy with your grandkids. But hopefully your kids don't take advantage of you of like just dropping the grandkids off and expecting you to babysit. Because I don't know if you work as well. But first one at 16. Yeah, well, as it is what it is. My aunt, my dad's sister, has had her first one at 14. So you know that's what happens when you know you're bored and you have nothing to do, or kids get ideas that they're grown-ups, and then all of a sudden they have to grow up. But I'm sure it was rough when you were younger and a young mom. But I'm sure you probably had to grow up pretty quick. I can't imagine having kids. Well, and there's some people that either don't want kids or don't want kids right now. My sister-in-law didn't have her till she was 36, 37. Hey, Brian. I know it's been a very long time, either from producing videos or doing a live stream. Life, catch the first 30 minutes of this and you'll catch it. Life has just been crazy. But life is now trying to settle down and hopefully get back into the swing of things, of doing a regular live stream at least two times a week, if not three, and then producing videos. Because now I'll have my computer to be able to do that. The last 2 months has been computer dying, recovering the videos off of it, getting a new laptop, setting that all up, finding out that the monitor part is loose. And I'm like, well, we just paid money for this computer. It shouldn't be loose. Sending it back, waiting for the replacement to come in, get the new one in, set it up. It should be good. And from here on out, my kids are done in school. So my oldest has an exam today, and then she has an exam Monday, and then she graduates Thursday. My youngest is done. She doesn't have an exam. She had just RST, which was Rich Summative Task, which is an end of year project. So each high school course has an RST. So it has an end of year project. So some of them, that end of year project is worth 15%, and the exam is worth 15 or 20%, or 10% and 20, depending on. And then sometimes the RST is worth 30% and no exam. So she has had an RST that is in religion because there's no exam in religion, and so he has had a big, huge end year project, and we won't know if she passed or not. Because I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't, just because she didn't attend school more than 2 days a week. One week, she made it to 4 days, but not 4 days in a row. It was like Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And sometimes I still had to pick her up because she was not feeling well. So it's been a crappy year for her for school. Not because she's tried to avoid school, because this is my child that is extremely smart and uh, is like still as university bound and still like striving to go to university. So not that she necessarily likes certain courses, but she's not the kid that's going to just bugger off because, oh, I don't like school, I hate school. She's not going to school because she physically can't. Like insomnia, depression, mental health, whatever, stomach issues, headaches, like just name it. And then on top of it, low iron, low ferritin. So the ferritin still hasn't gone up. The her hemoglobin iron has gone up, but the tiredness is still from the ferritin. So it's like, oh my goodness. Little boy Calvin, my grandson, has been very sick, open heart surgery. Wow, 2 months since he's been born. Yeah, that's rough. My grandmother, my grandmother was born in 1908. At that time, she had a hole in her heart, and they didn't have open heart surgery when back then. They didn't have heart surgery. You know, the doctors at the time told my grandmother's mother, okay, take your baby home and prepare that it's going to die within the first 2 years. Just because there's nothing more that they can do. This was 1908. I mean, they didn't even have penicillin yet. You know, my grandmother lived till 80. Okay, she had a hole in her heart. She had other problems, but the hole in her heart actually healed itself over the years, so that the hole that was a big hole became like a tiny hole or something like that. But she outlived two husbands because her first husband passed when a year or two after they were married, and then she had a kid, and then she raised the kid by herself. Got married again like 18 years later. Her kid was married, and she got married and had two more kids. So she had two kids in the 40s. So this was like 19. My mom was born in 1948, and my grandmother was 40 when she had my mom. So, and my mom was born premature, uh, and at that time they didn't have the incubators that they do now. They literally had just the chicken ones that they got from a farm, and like they wrapped her in a blanket, and I mean she survived. So, but again, it it's all in God's hands. You can't really. You just gotta pray and hope that all like today's medical advances make so many things better and make kids that didn't have a chance 20, 40, 50 years ago a chance. And they'll probably be the strongest kids on the planet, you know? Yeah, I was young, but I loved it as kids. Awesome. Well, that's the thing. You know, I like Jeff and I. We've been together. We've been together 25 years, and we were just like figuring out like, yeah, it's been 25 years. Crazy. I mean, I've known him for longer. I think 27 years, I think I've known him. Well, at that time, I mean, 1908, they were still leeching people, okay? Like, there was not penicillin. There was not, doctors maybe washed hands before surgery, like, because there was not that knowledge then. So, according to what their knowledge was, my grandmother was supposed to have died within 6 months to a year. Um, but my grandmother was just a fighter and like pushed through it. So there is that. But all I can say is thank goodness that medical advances have improved and doctors have improved and gone past leeching and, you know, other things. But as I found with my daughter, and they don't know what is wrong because oh, by the way, all the tests that we did back in January, even the DNA tests, like all these major tests, there was like 100 and some odd tests, all came back negative. So they've tested for everything. they could think of to test for of why her iron is low, why why there's stomach issues, like of that part, like initially. But now we have to go in and do like because she's had an endoscopy and a colonoscopy and all that stuff. So, but that what the doctor said that only tests like the first 2 feet of either end. There's still 30 feet of intestines and stuff. So what they have to do next is with the gastro doctor that we get to see in September is once we see them, then they'll set up a procedure where I'm assuming under anesthesia, but she swallows like a little camera, okay, and they'll travel through the whole intestines and take pictures and then take biopsies to find out. Because I hope not, like, I mean, but, they're saying maybe colitis or Crohn's or something like that. And I'm like, I hope not. But knowing something, at least we can treat or maintain or whatever. But not knowing, like, because I mean, they're saying, like, that's how chronic fatigue. Well, chronic fatigue is just a label that you give to the symptoms of being tired without knowing why. Okay? Like, we can't find the medical reasons other than, well, we have a bit of medical reasons. The ferritin's low, but why is it low? Why hasn't gone up? It might take a bit longer for her. By now, it should have gone up to 20. It's at 4. The highest it was at 7. So it's at 7, 2, and 4. So anything under 15, she is going to feel exhausted. Okay, so we understand at least part of the exhausted part. But she's not getting the sleep. So, because she's not, like, she might be lying down, but she's not sleeping. She can't fall asleep. So she has dealing with insomnia on top of things. And then she has mental health of depression, anxiety, and all that stuff, which doesn't help with the sleep. And then the stomach issues. And then she's lost weight again. So last 6 weeks, she's lost another 2.2 kilograms, which is almost 5 pounds. Okay, and she wasn't a big child to begin with. She was on the high end of normal. And now she's almost close to the low end of normal because she's like, I think she's 130 now. I mean, she was 140 and a bit, but that was because of the meds that she was on that caused weight gain and inactivity and her not going outside and exercising and stuff. So, but it wasn't even from food because she's not been eating much. She's been eating maybe one meal a day, about kid size, maybe a bit bigger, but not much. And then a couple of like snacks, if that, if we're lucky. If we can get 2 meals, it'd be 2 kid-size meals versus adult-size meals because she was eating adult meals plus seconds on some meals, you know. But right now I just make sure that she has at least a boost or like a protein shake, um, to just get something in her stomach in the morning, before school, and to take her meds and stuff. So there's something, because taking meds on an empty stomach is not good for your stomach if you're already having stomach issues. Like, we don't want to cause more things, um, with the stomach, because they thought at first the iron pills was causing the stomach issues, which they were. They were making the stomach issues worse, but the stomach issues are still there. So, and they tested for ulcers and all that stuff, but there's nothing coming up on the wonderful tests that are out there. So, it's all in the God's hands. He pulls the ticket when the time comes for us. Exactly. And we never know. And do you really ever want to know? You know, I sometimes think that, if I know when my time was, would I just be worried up to that point? It's kind of like with when I had both my kids. They asked if I wanted find out the gender or do amniocentesis. And I'm like, well, the amniocentesis, like, I asked, well, what would it test for? Well, it would test for, like, if you had Down syndrome or other, genetic abnormalities and stuff. And then once they have that information, then you could kind of make a decision of either terminating the pregnancy or whatever. I'm like, well, the decision's already made. I'm never going to terminate the pregnancy that it's whether I know that there's an issue, because if I knew that there was an issue according to the test, which can be wrong, okay, they're not 100%, they're 95 or 99% depending on the different tests. Could be wrong. I'd be stressed, and that would cause damage to the baby. But if I just don't do the test, and I'm just happy with whatever comes out, whatever, and even for my youngest, her eye condition was not able to be tested for anyways, and there was absolutely nothing that they could do in utero anyways, even if they had known, which they didn't, because there was ultrasounds throughout the pregnancy, and nothing came up other than, oh, she's a big baby. Okay, we have to induce this pregnancy because she doesn't, like, after, like, she was late, so it's like, after the due date, they're like, yeah, she ain't, she's getting settled in there. She's not wanting to come out. She's 10 pounds. Well, when she came out, she was 9'8", so, like, she didn't want to come out. She's like, yeah, no, it's quite comfy in here. It's cold out there. I mean, because she's a December baby, right? But so, I mean, the tests that you get, like, if it's kind of like I want to do the 23andMe thing, kind of just see my genes, because I know for a fact of just my grandparents, because I don't know any of the family really past that, other than what they said. But I know for my fact that my ancestry is completely like a Heinz 57. I mean, my dad's mother, Jewish. My dad's father, Anglican, but from the Bahamas. So it was also, he was half mulatto, which was a Arawak Indian, so a South American type of Indian tribe, also black as well as white. So you got like three, like a not half, I guess a third of all those things. Because I'm not sure which one of my grandfather's parents were white, because there was one that was white and one was mixed. Um, Now my mom's side, her mother was English, Irish, and French Canadian in there, and my dad and her dad was Welsh, English, and I think Scottish and German. So there was a European, like huge European thing. But again, I don't know that. So Iron Girl reminds me of Elton John song. Yes, I am. Hey, Rowan. How was your exam? I'm on live stream, but
I finished now, half an hour
woohoo!
early. No,
Well, half an hour early than everybody else, or half an hour early with your extra time? Oh, okay. So, okay, don't hit the table. Peter's being a little. Yes, he. Oh, okay. Hear him purring? Do you hear him purring? He's come on to school. What are you doing? Oh, he went. Okay, you're trying to roll into your back. Oh, he was catching flies earlier. You're wearing a hoodie, sweatshirt, and shorts. Cat. Oh, he does. Because that cat didn't look happy. That's his happy face. He's like, I'm going to go over here. Well, he was being picked up going here. He likes to be just cuddled. Rowan was picked him up and brought him. Can I just show him being cuddled by you? Because he likes to cuddle. No. Okay. Fine. Here. Come on. Come on. You know, he likes this. Just a second. I got reposition him. Because he's just purring. Oh, look, he's like, oh. Sure, there we go. There. No. What you doing? Nose itchy now. Oh, the blank face of they're picking me up like this again. Yes. Well, he wants to be picked up. He'll meow to get picked up. He's like a big baby. I swear, if he could be carried around in like a baby carrier, I'm sure he probably would like that. He's a strange kitty. And he's just purring away. Like but he wants to play. Oh, what time is it? Hey Google,
30.
what time is it?
It's 10:37.
By 11 we have to get Abby up
Yeah, bring her to the bank.
and go to the bank.
I'm gonna go alone. I think I did bad on the multiple choice.
I think you'll do wonderful. I mean, what were you going into the exam with? What mark? Oh, nobody knows it. You. I think a cat hair.
Going in with.
You want to come up?
Nope.
No, I want to rub my face against pieces of paper. So, Brian, do you have a cat or a dog?
80.
You're going to an exam with an 80, and this is if you continue with an 80, you'll have higher than 80.
I probably didn't get 80 on this. She's a hard marker.
Oh, I think you'll do well. Oh, you have no pets? Pets are, I love, I don't think I could ever not have a pet. Because when you come home, having somebody who's there who wants to see you 100%, like cats and dogs are like so happy when you're home. Kids, sometimes not so
She just rubbed my foot and then bit it.
much. Peter likes to bite toes,
No,
but not big bites, little love
he
bites.
licked the top.
Lick the foot and then bit it.
The top of my foot.
Yeah, he's a little shit disturber too. As I said, perpetual 12-year-old, not 12-year-old, 2-year-old. Oh, here, show me the hamburger. So my husband got him some new cat toys. There's a little hamburger, and there's a fries somewhere. But he really likes it. That's wait for it by the door. Then you have to worry if you're gonna whack him in the head if you open it. Yes. Yeah. So he doesn't. Same with him. He comes to the door, and if you get bopped by your feet and stepped on, he doesn't seem to mind. Hey, Peter. Do you want your burger? Oops, I missed. I tried to throw it at him, but I hit the chair.
He went like this with his belly out, and his belly slid up and grabbed it.
So, well, it's been nice chatting with everybody here. I'm gonna head off and start to think about making lunch or figuring out what's for lunch. And I will probably be on again on Friday morning. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a video of grocery haul. I'll be having a video coming up of the geese, the nesting at Valley Village, just a short little thing. It should be going on tomorrow. So, bye everybody. I am back. I will be back for a live stream Friday morning, I believe. If not, after lunch. I have to kind of see how my morning's going on Friday. You never know these days. So, have a great day. Bye, friends.